We good?
Then we waiting on superstar right there, Mr. Kanye.
Oh, waiting for Kanye West. I see you. All right, so it's me, Venture the Nerd, as well as Dr. KillJoy XD, as well as ASky slash Kanye to the. You can see him, college dropout, ASky,
He even got the bear in the
favorite,
back. Come on.
big facts, big facts. His favorite album, one of all time, I'm guessing, one of them. Uh, how you doing, Mr. West? Wake up, Mr. West.
Wake up, Mr. West!
Oh, he trying to look
What
like
up,
Peter
y'all?
Parker right now or some shit. Like, I see you. I see
I
you.
didn't know y'all had started because I'm not streaming at all. Hold on. Go ahead, though, y'all. I hear y'all. I'm doing good, though. I'm doing good. Shout out
Okay.
to my niggas. We back in here again after seeing the greatest movie ever.
That part.
That part.
That part. That part. Killjoy, how you doing?
I'm super blessed. It was a great weekend
How you doing? I'm sorry.
on all
Um,
ends. Even
okay.
Sunday.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I bougied up a bit. Went to another Bills game. But instead of being out in the cold with the peasants, your boy was in the box with the rich folk. Getting food
And he'll
brought to
never
me.
go back. And he'll never go
Ah,
back.
bruh. I
They
I
lost
won't.
again?
No, they won. They actually
Okay, so you're not bad luck. Okay.
they were playing Cam Newton though, so it wasn't that hard to win.
You can't say that.
It's Cam
You can't
Newton,
say
bruh.
that.
He like what, 12 years in? He ain't the same Cam he used to be. Yeah, he like 12, 13 in.
Yeah,
Okay.
Cam been around for a minute. Cam been around for a
He
minute.
been hot
Okay.
And it's
minute.
nice.
So
It's nice to see him back in the uniform,
it was nice.
in
He
the
scored.
Carolina uniform.
He did score a touchdown, and I felt good because not only did he go to Auburn, but he grew up in the same streets as me in Atlanta. So it's just like, yeah, you went to the rival high school, bruh. Like, you one of us. Like, well, minus your crazy thoughts now,
Okay.
because I'm not an anti-vaxxer.
Okay. I didn't yeah, I don't know why. I thought he was in the league for like 6, 7 years, not 12.
No, you.
God, Jesus. All right.
Man,
Cool. My mind is blown. All right. So I'm gonna just get straight to the point. I'm not even gonna say
we here for one reason and one reason
one
only.
reason only. He dressed like Peter Parker. We're gonna talk about Peter Parker. All right.
Yes.
So I'm not gonna start. I am a huge Spider-Man fan. It's like the only comic book I dive deeper into, but I'm still not the expert. So I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and start. Oh,
Well,
but wait,
you
actually, no, I will say something. Do y'all know how motherfucking hard it was to shut up for almost 3 days?
Hey, bro, I'm
be
sorry to
attending.
put you through that pain because afterwards, I had to talk my wife ear out, but I'm happy I could talk to somebody because it was so much. It was so
So
much.
much, bro. I was like, Killjoy. Now you see why I was like, you are gonna love, right? Okay, so that shit was like, I just want to tell her, and I keep talking about WandaVision, and I can't tell her, and like fuck. So, anyways, yeah, it was a fucking great movie, but like I said, I'll let y'all go ahead and start. I just had to get that out because that
Well,
Alright, so
we can simply start. We can simply
hold on,
start.
hold on,
What's
hold
your
on. Before
rating?
we start, for YouTube purposes, people watching, these are gonna be huge spoilers. Therefore, if you have not watched Spider-Man No Way Home, like this video and come back to it later. All right, let's
and
go.
it should be in the description or the title or
Yes.
something. I'm already gonna have it
It's gonna be
everywhere. So
warnings.
yeah. All right.
All right. Where do we start?
Simple. Let's just simply start. What is your rating of No Way Home?
Rating like out of 10,
Out of 10?
1 out of 10.
20,
Oh,
20 out of
I don't
10,
know how to
25.
I don't know how to rate probably the greatest movie I've ever seen. So, I mean, It's that.
Okay.
It's literally that.
I give it a 19. I'm not gonna give it the 20 out of 10. I'm gonna give it 19 because there was no Miles Morales, and I know why you said right, but only that part. Man, I thought she was gonna be black, which I was like, bro.
But I said
It wasn't just that I
subtle.
thought you was gonna be black. It was the perfect description of where Miles was from. It
He
was like,
talked
no.
about being please. He read a whole description. He was like, "You helping people." I thought she'd be black.
I'm like,
That's real. That's
that's
real.
real. But we can start. We can start in the beginning. Movie starts off, kicks off where it left off from the last movie. Obviously, Spider-Man is wanted. Who does he get as his lawyer? The motherfucker we've been saying he was gonna get. Matt motherfucking Murdock.
That was so fast, wasn't it?
5 minutes into the fucking movie.
That's when I texted y'all and I was like, niggas. I couldn't say nothing. But it's just like 5 minutes.
But
5 minutes into the movie.
Go
ahead.
They was doing my boy Happy dirty. They was like, well, you gonna have to get a lawyer, my dude.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you got him off, man. So, you know, I should be good, right? Nah, brother, you got some government people you got to talk to. But then it was the subtle stuff, the break through the window and the catch.
And they said,
Come on, bro.
How did you do that? I'm a good lawyer. Like catching the brick got to do anything with being a fucking lawyer.
Facts.
At all.
That was perfection.
So literally 5 minutes into the movie, I kid you not, I was already hugging my wife because I'm like, God damn it, they did it. They fucking did it. And this is 5 minutes into the movies. We still got the whole movie left.
That lets us know, low key, all those people from the Netflix stuff is in this universe.
Yep.
That's what it also did too. So we got all them people.
I can see them bringing. Obviously, Daredevil's gonna come. I think they're gonna bring Iron Fist. I think that's his name. I think they're gonna put him another version of him in one of the Shang-Chi movies. That seems to make more sense. I can't fit Jessica Jones or what's that black dude?
Luke Cage. They're heroes for hire, and they run with She-Hulk.
Okay, there you go. And then we're gonna have
there's She-Hulk interactions in there with them,
and they're gonna have the dude that shoot folk. I can't think of his name.
Punisher. Well, there's a lot of controversy with the Punisher stuff. Cause like in real time, the comic, they changed his emblem. That skull and crossbone emblem, they got rid of it because it was co-opted by some white supremacist people. So Marvel was like, yeah, we're just gonna do another logo. Basically another logo. So
yeah, but if he did pop up, I could see him popping up in Don Cheadle's little series.
Armor Wars, yeah. Probably pop up in there. I could see something just because that's Marvel. Again, Marvel plays the long game. This is the longest of long games. What they just did was set up the same way Iron Man was set up.
Yep.
No Way Home. No Way Home is setting up for the next
10, 15
movies. The next 15 movies we about to run through. It just got set up by No Way Home. It's basically this Spider-Man is the new Iron Man. It just flipped it. And I mean, let's go. The suits, bruh. The suits, my nigga. The nano suit.
Yeah.
And then okay, so are y'all with Peter's reasoning of why he wanted to, like his reasoning to wanting MJ and Ned to get into college is basically why he was like,
yep,
have everybody forget who I am. Are y'all down with that? Or are you just like, yo, you got off, you just got to kind of deal with the consequences of your actions as a hero. It's almost like this is his Civil War. Because basically the whole thing with Civil War was you niggas is out here destroying stuff. We out here having to take the benefits of this stuff being destroyed, the consequences of this stuff being destroyed, and y'all just go about your day. This is just the consequence of his actions. Now Mysterio lied on him, but he did blow up a lot of shit.
And I think obviously him. So in the end of the movie, he didn't choose to get back in life. I think that sets up I care about MJ, but this ain't about her right now. Ned in the future. I think Ned finna go to MIT. Something's gonna happen with him and Spider-Man, and he's gonna become the Hobgoblin, like he was in the comic books. I don't think he's gonna be a major villain, but I think they're foreshadowing. I don't know how far down the line, but I could see him becoming a villain.
I don't think that'll be a villain.
But he wasn't
They
in comics.
hinted at it, though.
I would say
Right?
the little hints of, oh,
Right.
did you have a best
Kinda.
friend? Yeah. And he was like, well, I'm going to always be a best friend. I ain't going to never try to kill you, some shit like that. Or I'm never going to turn into a villain. I don't think him and Spider-Man going to get along in the future. But we knew they were bringing in all the villains. We knew all the villains that were going to be there.
That is.
In the comics, he's the Hobgoblin. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
So I think,
yeah.
and then it was something he had a jacket on, and the jacket was the same color as the Hobgoblin suit. I'm like foreshadowing, maybe.
Well, remember they had that talk where he was like, "Yeah, Spidey's best friend in our universes. They turned on us."
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's talk about that moment. Everybody in my theater, when we saw the alleyway, and we knew that wasn't Peter, but it was Peter.
So
And it was Andrew Garfield's Peter.
Here's the thing.
Everybody was just like,
It went crazy. Yeah, it went crazy.
I think this is why I enjoy
You just
watching
walked
it
in
with
like-
Toya so much, because she didn't watch any previews. She didn't know what the fuck was going on. Therefore, even when the villains popped up, when Doc Ock came up, she was like, wait, that's from Tobey Maguire. I was like, yeah. And then when he made the portal, and he was in the alleyway, and she was like, oh, there's Tom. I was like, that's not Tom's suit. That's Andrew's suit.
Yep. And Andrew had that suit looking fresh too.
And he took the mask off. The theater erupted. And it's like at 11 o'clock, 11:30 at night. We hype as fuck. And in my mind, I'm like,
Everybody.
this is all I ever needed. I don't need anything else. And then Marvel was like, no, bitch. Have another one. And he opened up another portal for Peter Parker. And this nigga walked out as the high school music teacher. Fucking Tobey Maguire.
Nigga did have. He did. Now when Andrew was clowning, it was like, bro, you look like a youth pastor.
Bruh.
Youth pastor was. Nigga.
So I was like, oh.
But then he asked me if he had the suit, and my nigga was like, keep the suit on me.
You know I got it on me, bruh.
And then with the webs thing, they explained that. Like, that shit was dope, bro.
Yeah, that was cool.
That,
That was
He
dope.
was
They-
just like, I just make it. They was like, so does it come out of heaven?
everywhere.
Or
I
just
think
Ritz?
what they did in every conversation between all three Spider-Man was organic and felt natural. Shit didn't feel forced. Sometimes I felt like it wasn't scripted when they were like getting ready for the battle and they were just having conversations. I'm like, this just felt like three dudes sitting around shooting the shits.
Yep. Like, we gotta go put in work, but
Your
nigga,
webs
you
come
me,
out your
without
skin.
you, nigga. Right? Like, bruh. So we agree with Tom. What nerd did you agree with Tom's reasoning for basically starting this whole thing?
Yes and no, but I don't have a good reason for no. Like I feel like yeah, that's great. They get to go to college, but do we really know? Like you don't really necessarily know if they would still be successful or not just because they went to college. And I think that's the only thing for me that's pushing me towards no. Otherwise, then yeah, like I get it, but like, bruh, that's still Zendaya. I know it's not Zendaya in the movie, nigga. I'm never.
But
fumbling that bag
even
ever.
on that token, before when he told them I'm gonna forget y'all, she was like, no, but you have to come back and find me, and she meant that shit. Like, bruh, come find me.
That would have been changed. That would
And
have changed.
like,
Like,
Yeah, I would have been like, nah.
I get it. They got into MIT. I'm like, hey yo, Michelle, look at these pictures of us kissing. Do you
Well,
remember this?
technically that she's the Mary Jane because everybody's like, but her last name isn't Watson, and then it was like her last name is Watson. She just chooses not to go by it, so she's technically MJ Watson.
MJ Watson.
So,
So
and I think you called it when you said it's gonna be one of the other Spider-Mans that catches her.
I was like, if they have all three, it had to be Andrew to catch her. That was Peter couldn't catch her, and Toby couldn't catch her. Andrew needed that moment for his morale and to set aside the Amazing Spider-Man. That's your redemption moment.
For me, the whole theme of this movie was second chances. Everything was about second chances. Don't roll your eyes, nigga. I'm not talking about that right now. I'm talking about the movie right now, okay?
My bad.
Because I tried to use that to be a reasoning for a conversation me and Nerd had.
I was gonna say, I got nothing. I don't know what y'all talking about.
It was dumb.
Whatever. But the whole movie was about second chance. I mean, clearly we seeing. I mean, Peter gets his heart from the one lady that's raised him, basically. And so you see her where her heart lies is in helping people, giving people a second chance. So Peter takes that and although yes, it was taking their powers, he was trying to give them a second chance in their respective realities. Because then when he changed Doc Ock, I was like, oh, so he's just been here. When Peter explains, like he's not controlling the arms are controlling him. It was like, oh, that's why you going crazy. You hearing they're basically running you, and he got it changed. It was like, oh, okay,
yeah. And we see how much the Green Goblin needed to be changed because my nigga was power bumming that nigga through buildings. He was whooping Peter's ass.
He was beating his ass.
The balls on that nigga, bro. Like Peter, from beginning to end, that scene in the apartment was dope because they were getting everything changed, trying to get everybody changed over. And Jamie played getting antsy really well because he's like, I don't know, bro. I mean, you just telling me I can't have my powers, nigga, and it's like power out here for me to get. Sandman's just like, man, I'm trying to get home, bro.
I don't give a fuck what that is.
His whole thing, even in his respective movie, he was just like, I want to get back to my daughter. But he's easily persuaded because Jamie was like, nigga, we gods out here, my boy. What are you talking about? But that shit was fire though. Because Peter felt the tingle when he felt the tingle. Because at first I was like, is it like? Because remember, one thing Strange kept saying is everything has a fate. He kept like reiterating some things are just fate. So like them dying in those respective universes was just fate.
It's fate.
Uncle Ben dying, that's part of his fate. Unfortunately, he didn't have an Uncle Ben to die. So, bruh,
I didn't think it. I didn't think they would do it.
I was like, that. Nah, they gonna get her to the hospital. She gonna get in the ambulance. She gonna be straight. Because when she got hit, I was like,
but then so she got hit, and then she got up and she was fine. I won't say she was fine, but she was holding herself together very well. She looked fine.
That well. Yeah, she was. She was playing. I think she knew she had to in that moment be as strong as she could for Peter. Because if not, he was gonna snap and just kill everybody.
And not just Green Goblin, everybody.
He was gonna kill the niggas that were putting guns at him. Like, all you niggas is dead.
And like when she said, "I need to stop and take a breath," Toy grabbed me. I was like, "Yeah, she finna die." God damn it!
She hit him with the line of lines. With power comes great response. I was like, "This bitch,
you motherfuckers!"
And I just, boy, I had a single glory tear just roll. I was like,
I cried 4 times vividly. I can remember crying in that movie. That was one of them.
That shit hit the heart.
That shit hit home. I'm like, God damn. But I also said, this nigga Peter about to say, fuck that friendly shit. You gotta die.
Yeah. So that's what I was gonna ask. Are y'all necessarily? Because I don't think we could have ever got that arc, like that, like not even evil, like he don't give a fuck no more, like niggas is dying. Yeah. Like, are y'all pissed that it didn't go that route? Like he still stopped short? Or
no, because again,
like where it was
he
at?
didn't necessarily stop short. Remember the Spider-Man?
I know. That's what I'm saying. He got
But no,
stopped
I
short.
think because again, the running theme for to me, the running theme for this movie was second chances. So him being stopped by Toby, that was Toby's chance to save Green Goblin because he didn't the first time. 'Cause remember, Green Goblin died in his movie because he died on his own. He died
He
on
died
his
from the
on
same
his
way. Yeah.
yeah. He got impaled by his ship thing. So this was Toby stopping that. Now it sucked that that nigga had to get stabbed in the rib cage,
Bro.
but that I think that split moment and that because if Toby doesn't stop him, he kills him easily. I mean, obviously,
Easy,
yes,
like
He's
easily.
without a
fucking
doubt.
murdered
But
that
that's
dude.
that quick stop. It let him snap back to reality enough for him to get the antidote from Andrew to stab him with it and change him back. So obviously that was necessary. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it
Also,
was it was
I
it was tough.
I won't rule out the Dark Spider-Man quite yet because of
Oh,
the
yeah.
end credit scene. We don't know what's coming because although Barbara got sent back to his world, he left behind some shit. And in the comics, that shit finds Spider-Man and that nigga get dark.
That's yeah. Oh yeah. When he ooh Tom Holland. Well,
I'm
he
just
okay. We
saying.
know he signed on for 3 more movies for sure. I have a feeling. I mean, obviously the arc. Let's talk about it. Sinister Six is going to be the arc. We've got all 6 in this universe.
I'm gonna hold up this for him at this very moment so we can talk about number 6.
Well, he knows the first 5.
Yeah, but he don't know number 6.
Oh yeah, that's true.
He ain't
Well, number
watching Hawk.
6. We'll real quick. Number 6 would be Fisk. We know we getting him. He's in Hawkeye. We getting Kingpin.
We getting
He's
Kingpin.
there. It's if you're not watching Hawkeye, you're missing out.
Yes.
That's all I'm gonna say about that. But that is definitely number 6 because he's in the same universe. He's in the Blip universe now. We
Yeah.
know that much because he's in the same universe as Hawkeye, so they're all in the same universe. So
I don't necessarily think he can undeafen because I'm not gonna speak on that no more. How do we tell him? I don't
you're-
think this is gonna be the Sinister Six era. I do think we're going into Secret Wars. Cause
Oh, yeah,
I think this set up for a lot, but Doctor Strange 2 will let us know what we in for. I got my theories for that shit, but I think because the Russo brothers signed a deal to write, and they said they wouldn't write unless it was Secret Wars.
well, but that's the Avengers side of things. Spider-Man specifically, like Spider-Man specific movies, I think
You think it's gonna be
the
Sinister Six? Okay, I can see that. I can
But
see that.
Secret Wars is obviously the end game for Avengers. Is what we're getting. We're getting the Kang, and Secret Wars is what we're about to get.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're gonna do Secret Wars within the confines of TV shows. 'Cause I think there's a TV. They're doing a Secret Wars TV show
Oh,
because Kang is
bruh.
really the next big bad. And technically, we didn't see him in Spidey,
But we saw him
but he's in the
somewhere.
background somewhere.
Yeah,
because again, we're dealing with multiverses, we're dealing with time splitting, we're dealing with the fabric of time being shifted. But we'll go to the 5 that we know for sure. We got Craven in the clouds in the specific scene. You got Craven the Hunter,
Scorpion.
you got Rhino, and Scorpion. Those 3 for sure. Now then, the other 2 are Morbius, who is also in the same universe as Venom, who we saw.
Mm-hmm.
And then in that Morbius, remember we saw Vulture. Because remember he was like, "Hey, we need to keep in contact," and that's probably something that's probably at the end of that fucking movie. They're using it as a trailer part, but I guarantee you that's somewhere at the end of that movie.
Okay.
So that's the 5, and then we talked about the 6. Nerd will catch up and see that one, but those 5 for sure. So we know we getting them. Because we know those 3 that were in the cloud didn't go back. Because remember, he said, "Oh, they're coming through. Some of
I
them are
can't
just gonna
stop
have to
them."
come through."
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's why I think we'll see the dark side of Tom Holland because this shit not gonna be easy because I saw a couple theories. This is the first time Tom Holland is on his own as Spider-Man. Because he always had the Avengers to back him up. And when he didn't have the Avengers, he had MJ and Ned. He broke.
Yeah.
He ain't got no friends. Don't nobody know him.
This is we're going into the Peter Parker working at the Daily Bugle taking pictures of Spider-Man era.
Yep.
Is what we're about to run into.
And
So
this is about
that's
to
why
be fun.
That Craven arc is gonna be ridiculous.
And they already casted for Craven, so I can't remember the dude's name, but they already casted him, so I'm like, well, it's coming.
Yeah. Yep. So we got Craven, Scorpion, Rhino popping up. They'll probably put Rhino and Scorpion in the same movie because they're big bads, but they're not big bads.
Yeah.
I could see like Craven being the thread through the 3 movies because he's gonna be he's hunting Spider-Man, so that would be who's after him. And then the other 2, well, Vulture obviously has beef with them still, and then Morbius is in there. I just don't know how they're gonna necessarily fit him in, but I'm sure there's some way they're gonna fit him in there.
And I'm calling
Or
it now.
if they choose not to go that, they can pull somebody else to fit a Sinister Six role if they want to.
I'm calling it right now. This is not the end of Andrew Garfield. I don't think we'll see Toby again in the MCU.
Somebody said they wanted to do a third Andrew movie, and I just don't know what you would necessarily do because it has to pertain to that universe.
Weren't they bringing Venom in at some point in that universe?
Technically, they have. Well, in Andrew's universe?
Yeah. What was his third supposed to be about before he got canceled?
I have no clue. Some people are saying bring back Gwen, which I guess technically you could do with timeline stuff and let her become Spider-Gwen.
I would say I would bring back... See, I thought we was going to see Spider-Gwen in this movie.
But technically we have Spider-Gwen. She's just not live action.
True. Very true.
So do we really need... I guess... but that would be... The connection would be Miles. So
we need a Miles before we get a Spider-Gwen.
I would think so. It just for continuancy's sake, I think it would make more sense to bring Miles in and then bring Spider-Gwen in off of Miles.
Yeah, it'll make both of them line up together, and
yeah.
I mean, just give me Miles. I'm fine. I don't need Gwen. Just give me Miles.
Which I mean, at this point, they gotta be giving him to us. They have to.
And like,
I don't see how you.
I never put 2 and 2 together. I think Nerd told me about the Childish Gambino connection in Spider-Man when he was. Dude, yeah. I didn't know that character was cast as Miles' uncle. Like, that is literally Miles' uncle by name. I didn't know that. So I'm like, oh.
And that 6th person we talked about,
they
have a connection.
They do. Yeah,
so
it's
that's
happening.
Why I'm saying, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense for it not to happen. Because again, the thing with the MCU is, one, they tell these niggas to shut the fuck up, take your check. When you pop up in a movie, you pop up in a movie. But Andrew was adamant for like a week straight, like, I'm not in this movie. I don't know what you guys are
I remember the interviews. They kept saying it was like, bro, they haven't called me yet. And like, you lying bastard.
And they wasn't just like, I'm just a cameo in it. Like, nigga, you was prevalent in this motherfucking movie. You was there for the last hour.
You was the main character. Like, I mean, Tom was the main character, but you were like they said, Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. Although, in my opinion, if we rank
I didn't like that. I didn't like that.
So I didn't either.
Don't do that. Because don't fucking rank them for us, bitch. Let me rank them.
Because if
we know what the rank is.
Hold on, wait. Because my ranking switched after this movie. Toby third for me. I'm sorry.
Toby was always third.
I thought he was third for us in the beginning.
Oh, was it? I feel like it was.
This solidified Tom as 1.
Oh yeah, this solidified Tom as 1, but this solidified Andrew as an unquestionable 2. Like, it ain't even close. Oh, yeah.
Toby, when he
don't get enough respect.
When he saved MJ, you could see it in his face. Like, okay, I know I could have. Like, the relief he felt from being able to save her, compared to missing the opportunity to save Gwen.
And it's just like it's the little nuances. So after he saved her, He asked her, "Are you okay?" Yeah, I'm okay. She asked him, "Are you okay?" The look in his eyes, because he wanted to. I'm like, motherfucker. That was one of the moments I cried. I'm like,
Yeah,
God damn
yeah.
it.
They got me. They got me too.
They
They
got
got
me.
me too.
And like,
That one, it was that time, and then when that nigga stabbed Toby, I was like, "You motherfuckers!
so when
If
he
you had
stabbed
to
Toby,
kill Toby."
I
I
thought
was
Toby
not.
was
I
gonna
was
die.
not.
I thought he was gone.
I did too. That
I
was.
was
I thought he
like,
was done.
I was like, y'all. First, you gonna make Aunt May die like that, and he's gonna take Toby like this.
I'm like, bro, take Happy instead. No diss to Happy. Take his ass.
Bro, he just be there. And like,
That'd be kill me though. When my nigga had the CPAP on, and he's like, "So you been awake this whole time?" He's like, "Yes, nigga. Now go to sleep." Goddamn, she gonna be there in the morning. That's how it be though. You trying to sleep with that thing on? I have a CPAP. I know how that go. You're like, I don't want nobody talking. Let me go to sleep.
Like, I feel like
Yeah.
I can't
But
think of a
supposedly
moment.
they were Happy was supposed to die in Iron Man 3.
I read that
and
article earlier.
He convinced them to not kill him.
I read
And
that
Kevin
article
Feige said
earlier.
that's one of the best things that they did.
I mean,
I
I
was like,
guess
damn.
if I had to trade off, give me Aunt May, kill Happy.
Yeah, but Aunt May had to go like that. Had to be Peter's.
I mean, that's his
Uncle
band.
William.
I get it.
Which again, that goes back to that whole Strange. Like Strange said it like 3 or 4 times. You can't mess with fate.
yeah.
And so
Yeah.
like there's something else that's gonna happen. And like you said, it might be the Ned foreshadowing, because remember they had the conversation again, and he was like, "I'll never become a villain."
Yeah.
But you don't know him now.
Mm-hmm.
Like that one,
Oh,
I think that
man.
one sucks more because that was his friend from being little.
Bro, you about to be
Now
like,
he don't know him
nigga,
at
you are
all.
my best
Best
friend.
friend.
Stop
Not
trying to
not the
kill
girl
me.
I met, not the girl that I grew up with, and then we finally started talking. You were my friend from knee high to a grass.
You were the first person to know that I was Spider-Man. Like,
But again, like that's not even beyond that. Like this is they've
Like-
known each other from baby, and now he don't know him at all. Like, I think that one almost hurts more than like yes, Zendaya.
The MJ hurts, yeah.
MJ that hurts. But yo, bet like the nigga that knows you better than anybody.
And I
the
think-
only person that knows you better is somebody that's dead.
and I think that's the reason why he didn't go back and ruin their life, because he saw how happy Ned was when he got accepted and was like, I can't do this.
Did either of you think that them two was about to kiss?
Oh, I
MJ
did.
and Ned?
I did.
I was like,
I didn't think that.
I was almost like, don't do that. Don't do
No,
that.
No, I
though.
didn't think that.
Not
Like,
like
they could
this.
be cool, they could be friends, but it felt like they was about to be like, "Hey, baby, good to see you too."
Oh, you talking about Ned and
Ned and MJ, like at the
Yeah,
end,
yeah,
we was
okay,
in the
yeah.
coffee shop.
I
Like
did.
it felt like that, almost like that type of tension in there. I
like we was all about to be so disappointed. Like,
Like,
bro,
if
bro,
I was
I would've
like,
been
bro,
like,
I
I'm
would
not
have to fight
hating.
somebody in the
I would have
theater.
been hating, like, bro.
No, I would've
don't,
been
don't
hating.
do that,
Bro, you
Like,
still my nigga.
it-
Bro, I don't care
Yeah.
if I forget everything. I ain't never touch a toy. I don't care if I don't
Yeah,
even remember this shit.
like,
Like,
come on.
that's my boy.
I'm just
I ain't
looking
doing
back
that.
in your head
it's just
like-
like something in your head, you're gonna look at her and be like, something about you, I can't do this. I don't know why, but I can.
But them being cool, I was cool with. Like, them still going to school together, still going to the same school and all that stuff. That's dope. But it just felt for half a second, I was like, they gonna make these two niggas a couple?
Because
Please
if
don't
so,
do
then
that.
Marvel, that would have been my only. That would have took it
I'd
from a
have
10 to a 9.5.
I would have been hurt. Like,
I
oh,
would've been-
don't go soap opera on me. Now you just out here going, all my children. Don't do that.
Now you want to piss this nigga off. He finna get angry.
Man. Facts.
But saw how in the end, although she did not know who he was, she still had his necklace on. She never took
And
that
she had the
necklace.
Band-Aid. She had the Band-Aid too.
So
It's
it's just
when he
like-
saw the Band-Aid, he just put that letter back in like, I don't want, because he's just so hard up on not making sure she don't ever get hurt again. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel that. But
So-
nigga.
See, all right. See, I'm different. Bitch, you gonna remember me. Bitch, how you get that scar? Who gave you that? Where you get that scar from? I know where you got it from. Like, I
I
can
don't know
tell
where I
you.
got this scar from.
Like,
I was out there saving your life.
I'm be get irritated too. Knowing she don't remember shit. You
You
gonna tell me
gotta
you don't
remember this, bro. Stop
motherfucking
playing
scar?
with me.
But anyways, I think one thing that irritated me a little bit, and it irritates me about watching movies and stuff in general, is that I sometimes forget that this motherfucker's a kid. And he's annoying. So like when he was annoying Doctor Strange so much, I was just like,
Changing
bro,
the spell.
stop, like stop
Five, six,
it.
well, I
Like,
think four times, five times.
He is though. That was so like again. That just goes to the perfection of who he's playing. Is that it's a high school senior kid who's low key, the smartest kid in the room, the smartest person in the room.
But he's a teenager.
Yeah. And he's like he wants to help so bad. Nigga had to fight in space. Nigga died for 5 years and came back.
Like, and I love the conversation on the balcony. So, what's the weirdest villain you ever fought? Motherfucker, like, oh, I fought a rhino dude in a Russian. Well, I fought a alien, a goo alien. He's like, I fought an alien too in space. And
he's like, no, my alien didn't come from space.
And
like, nah.
Toby was like, wait, we not finna skip over the fact that you said you fought somebody in space?
Yeah. That was, bruh. The little things.
The whole you're amazing. No, say it with me. You're amazing.
Yeah. Like, I think some of that went over some of the people in my audience's head because I was like, nigga.
I was like, are we doing this right now?
But I like that too because it showed like I'm sure they all see social media and like Andrew Garfield's the worst one, and I'm like, nah, y'all going, we ain't doing that.
But I also think that's why they did Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3 because when they did it, it's no argument who Spider-Man 1 is. We know who that is. Then we deemed Toby 2, and Andrew was like, all right, fine, I guess I'll be 3.
Yeah.
Andrew not 3. Andrew 2. Y'all better put some respect on my nigga name.
Facts.
Toby's 3.
Facts. Oh man, those are great. Great. And then when Doc Ock flipped though. Cause at first I was like, oh, this nigga's about to be a villain again. And then he was like, nah, I'm here to help. But they played again, it played so well. Cause we didn't see him because he had ran off after Peter got his ass. Green Goblin powerbombed that nigga.
He threw a fucking building, bruh.
6 solid floors powerbomb.
I think
the phone put
even before the powerbomb, Tom fucking giving it to him, just tearing that face up, and this nigga is laughing hysterically. Like, fuck your punches.
Joker. That was like a Joker moment.
That right there. That's what I felt in that moment.
Tom was like, nigga,
I'm giving it my all.
I'm ditting your face in. You laughing? He was like, yes. Bomb. Blow it up. Now power bomb your ass through 6 floors. Like, damn. Like,
So I understand Tom going to cry on top of a building because I get powerbombed through 6 floors. I'm gonna go cry on top of a building too. I get it, bro.
He broke a solid 2-3 ribs. Easy.
Yeah, he was hurt.
Easy.
Like,
man.
Fuck.
But one of the funny scenes was with Ned's grandma. Like she was speaking in the other language and then bust out like, you stupid. That shit was funny, bro. She told that nigga to get the cobwebs. Like, can you get the cobwebs in the corner?
And he actually fucking did it.
Man. Because Zendaya was funny. She's like, nah, I need to see.
She's like, I need proof. He's like, I don't carry an ID on me. She's like,
Fred, it was like, you didn't feel no tingling sensation? Because at first I thought for a second that he didn't feel it either. Cause I was like, nigga, why didn't you snatch
why didn't you catch it?
It threw me off for a second. He was just like, it's bread? And I was like, oh, that makes sense. It's not gonna hurt him. So, but then when him and Tom went at, or him and Toby went at it, it's like, dang.
But it also, when him and Toby went at it showed Toby as the older, smarter, wiser, because he shot at his web shooter. So it's like, all right, you gonna stop shooting at me?
Yep, that was.
So I'm like, dang, that shows okay. He a vet in the game. You still number 3, but you a vet in the game.
Then we also found out that Wong is the Sorcerer Supreme.
Oh yeah, that threw me off.
Because like you said, I was snapped away.
He was gone for 5 years.
I had to think about that. Like, yo, he really was snapped too.
And
But we
like,
didn't see it was off screen. We never saw it. But him saying it was like, damn, a lot of these niggas was gone.
and like,
That shit.
Imagine 5 years.
um, hold on, real quick, nerd. It's weird to see how fast the 5 years passed. Because if you watch Hawkeye, when she got snapped away for 5 years, she was literally
Yeah, 5 seconds.
gone for 5 seconds. Came back
Yeah.
and like, oh, what the fuck is going on? Oh, you've been gone for 5 years. Nah,
No,
it was
it was
five
over 5 seconds.
seconds. So I
So
think that's
the time
strange
isn't. Yeah, that's definitely gonna have to be brought back up again.
because that threw me off. And Toya
We'll
was kind of
definitely.
confused because she was like, wait, what just happened? I'm like, she technically got snapped away, but now she's back. She's like, yeah, but it was only like seconds. I'm like, yeah, and 5 years felt like seconds.
Right, right, because they showed like the paint change and everything.
Yeah.
So it was definitely that's definitely again, Marvel doesn't leave like it seems like it may be left undone, but Marvel
But
never
it's
leaves
not.
anything.
It always comes back around. Okay.
Yeah.
He over there rapping songs. What you listening
It
to?
was. We'll talk about it on a pod.
Oh, okay, okay,
Oh,
okay.
okay. Fair
So,
enough.
can I bring up something? Who do y'all think? Also, I take pride in letting Killjoy know why that Gambino was in that movie because I like died. I was diving. Like after I saw that movie, I was like, I'm gonna find out. Like, and then I just like connected everything. Who do y'all think? Because obviously, I feel like Gambino's gonna come back. And I feel like that's the road he would want. He already did Star Wars, and I feel like this is the bigger step after that.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Facts.
who do y'all think gonna play Miles?
I
And
mean,
I feel like him being Afro Latino.
The
that
dude
makes it
that does his
difficult.
voice, the dude that does his voice, Loki has the look for Miles, but I think they'll go with a almost a no name, like somebody we haven't heard
What
of
about the
and
dude from the game,
Who?
from the game.
from the Miles Morales game?
Oh, the dude that yeah him well him too. Well yeah that would work. I'm the dude that does that they basically did his face off of and everything
Hmm.
because he that's his facial model, ain't it? So
Like he
yeah, that would
based,
work.
yeah, I think he
That
could
would work.
work. But I do agree with what you said. But like, I think they have to get, and this kind of sucks because it's like you want like a complete black person, or you know what I mean, like a complete black character. But I mean, I'm cool with it being both. So
Mhm.
that's what makes it a little difficult, and that's why I don't think it would be him
Yeah.
necessarily.
Oh, cause yeah, he's
I
not.
feel like if they want to make it right, it's gonna have to be a no name, or maybe a no name to us. It's probably someone out there working
Yeah,
like that's got the. But I don't know who could fit it because everybody I
like
think of is all black, and that won't fit properly.
yeah.
Unless
And
they can play it right.
when we say no name, we just mean like on the level of like a rock or a you know what I mean, like the ultimate movie
Or
guy
like, or
actor.
even in a
Whatever.
sense of when you saw this kid in the movie, you know who that kid is immediately.
Yeah, but it's somebody that's obviously been in the industry and is an
Yeah.
actor and has been around. But it definitely I could see it being somebody that we may not again that we like. I look at the movie and go, oh, he was in that. Oh, he was in that. Okay,
Yeah.
it's like Tom Holland. I was like, I didn't know who it was until I saw the credentials. I was like, oh, I never seen these movies, but I know of these movies,
I would say
especially
I knew Tom Holland from like his dancing more than his
that
acting.
dancing. Yeah, he was in that
I didn't
dancing
know him
movie.
yet.
Yeah.
I just knew he was in that dancing. I never saw the movie. Was it Billy something?
Yeah. Technically,
And
Toya knew who Tom Holland was before I did.
yeah, but you put him in this role, and I was like, oh, this makes sense. And then I go back and look at his IMDb stuff. I'm like, oh, now it really make because him as you could see him being limber like that as a dancer, and taking that into the role of Spider Man.
And I will say
So
shout out to that man because he has predicted and well he's foreshadowed every big role he's ever gotten. Cause he said before he was like he'd love to play Spider Man one day. Then 5 years later, motherfucker Spider Man. his favorite video game was Uncharted, and now who's one of the lead characters from the Uncharted? This man. Like,
Man,
shout out to him.
side
All
note,
right.
that's gonna be a movie. I'm here for that.
It is. Let me switch back to what we were saying. Me and KillJoy actually brought this up, and I think we were just shooting the shit one day playing Apex, and we were talking about who is gonna take useless spot
Shuri
on
spot.
yeah, on Black Panther, and we had a few guesses. We get into that on the real pod, but here I was thinking that same realm, KillJoy. What about Miles Brown from Blackish? The
So
other twin.
that's who I was going with, but my only complaint, well, not even mine. I know people will complain that I don't think he's Latino.
But that's why I say if he can play it right and he can learn Spanish, like
Yeah.
get into that, you know,
Make it
has
seem
to
natural,
I think he could because
because that's
He
he's a
has to
good
look for it.
actor.
I think he's
that was
he's
my
around the
go-to.
right age too.
He's 16.
So that's perfect.
that's perfect.
Mhm.
Pitch
He would-
perfect.
That's only the one of the only people I could think of other than the dude from the game.
Yeah,
That was
because the dude from the game, I
think.
believe, is Afro Latino, ain't he?
Mm-hmm.
So again, if they used him, that would be dope because he's already been in that realm and people are familiar with him. Even if it is as a video game character, people will be like, "Oh, that's dope." But
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad at the Miles Brown. I wouldn't be mad at that at all. Shit, they can use the other twin to be Shuri. Put them both in it. And low-key,
So it's
both
funny.
Disney-
It's
both
funny
Disney
you
in
say
it,
that. It's funny he said that.
Wait, what did he say? My bad.
He said
I got-
use the other twin to be Shuri.
No, real talk.
That's what we were talking about.
That's what we were saying. Like, dude, she would be perfect for that role. And she's the right age. You don't have to fake about the age.
Nope. You just switch him out like Judy.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh, telling you
100%.
get that Anvil
close
treatment. We finna put you in a very long time out.
Yep.
Very long for the rest of your life. Never come back. But no, I'm 100% down with either one of those. I think it would be dope because usually you don't get that game actor slide. You know, it's always some fake
Voice
generic shit.
Yeah.
And like
yeah.
you don't actually get that person's face in the game. Like if we had both to literally match, that would be like one of the best
Yeah.
movie games of all time. If we really thinking about it, because it literally matches. But my other thing is, I love the movie. I guess I'll end with this. I love the movie. It was great to me. It was probably my favorite movie of all time, right? But whenever Miles is there and I see Childish Gambino there, the movie could probably suck. I'm not gonna lie. I might do a flip in that bitch because Gambino in a motherfucking Marvel movie, some niggas in a Marvel movie, I'm going fucking
Playing a
crazy.
major
Like,
role.
Exactly.
Like that.
And when Jamie said what he said, he was like, "Man, I thought you was gonna be black." Nigga, I was like, something gonna happen. And like the dude next to me looked at me, I'm like, "Bitch, what?" Like,
Say
mind your
something.
business. Y'all got happy about these two old motherfuckers. I don't get happy.
Hey,
Leave me
chill
alone.
out.
No, nigga. Fuck that. Anyways, like I said, I was happy, but obviously didn't happen. But
Yeah.
you know, for the future, like I said, long game shit I've been noticing, bro. Like I just watched fucking first Captain America. Jesus, that movie was not that great. But I noticed Bucky, and I always wondered where the fuck he came from because I hadn't seen that movie, and I don't think I ever seen it, or if I seen it, it was so long ago I don't remember it.
Mhm.
And like when I seen him, I was like, "Oh, that's where he came from." Like my stupid ass, and like I'm just started connecting all these dots. Like,
Bro, when you
okay.
start watching these shows we told you watch, your brain about to explode.
I was like, you're literally gonna be like, motherfucker.
Okay, so how far are you into WandaVision?
He finished, didn't
I
you?
finished it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can talk about what probably the greatest second scene ever. Well, we talk about both of them. The first one, obviously, we getting Venom. The symbiote has been left behind.
Mhm.
It is in Spider-Man's universe.
Mm-hmm.
Some
I gotta
way,
go.
somehow.
I gotta go watch that because that wasn't too exciting for me because I didn't see the movie.
So
The
and,
first Venom. But you don't really need Venom for that.
yeah,
You don't really need to see the
and in
movie. Like, it was
my
just funny
opinion,
to
both
see
Venom
that movie.
movies were mid. They were good, not
That's
great.
why I didn't see him. People were saying like this shit's not that
I
great.
didn't. My favorite villain is Carnage, and the fact that that movie wasn't rated R really dampens Carnage anyway to
Yep.
me. So it is what it is. I'm gonna end up watching it at some point, but I was not in a rush. I saw the first Venom. It was good for what it was. Sony was just like, "Hey, we're gonna piggyback off the fact that we had an amazing run, we had an amazing animated movie, and we're gonna piggyback off the run of Marvel and just make a bunch of money." Is basically what they did
Mm-hmm.
because they really could have kept the first Venom too. But to get Venom into the MCU, I'm not mad that this is the way we had to do it. It is
I'll
what
take
it
it.
is. Because again, that symbiote's gonna find its way to Peter somehow.
Either Peter or a fucking. I'm calling it. It's either gonna get Peter or Flash.
Oh
Do some research in the comic books.
no,
Yeah.
yeah. But I'd rather it go to Peter. Just
I'd rather it go to Peter, but
I
I can see either
annoying.
one.
That kid was so annoying.
Yeah, annoying as he played that role so fucking well, just annoying. I'm like, God damn, if I see you in real life, you know how people hate that one dude from Power, but like I'll whoop your ass when they see the kid from Power. That's how I am with this dude. From
Wait, who?
Flash.
Oh,
so,
from Flash. That's
well,
why.
no, not from the Flash. Flash. His name was Flash in the movie. It was Flash Thompson, the popular guy.
The one that wrote the book and
Bro.
kept trying to make him say,
Yeah.
I wanted to beat his fucking
Bro,
ass
fucking-
so bad.
He played it perfectly though, because he played that role in all three movies. That annoying dude, just stupid annoying.
Yeah, if I ever saw him in real life, I'd probably try to fight him like the real person. Like, I'm sorry, you gotta throw hands now, my nigga.
Yeah, he was annoying. That's
But that was the first major cutscene. Is that when Venom went back, the symbiote was like, we're not all gonna go back. So we do have that in this MCU world at this point in time. So Venom is now technically a part of the MCU. Which I'm here for, because I mean, a lot of it's Spider-Man is one of those stories where it's hard to tell the story without Venom.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm here for him being in it. Now, the bigger cutscene, the cutscene of cutscenes.
Are we even calling this a cutscene? It was a fucking trailer.
It was a trailer. It was a trailer.
Beautiful trailer.
And I wanted to tell y'all so bad. And I was just like, KillJoy is gonna lose his mind when he see this shit.
I lost my mind. The
Bruh.
first thing I lost my mind on was when WandaVision first dropped, we was all like, damn, Doctor Strange gotta come clean up all this shit. That nigga went to Wanda was like,
I need your help.
I know what happened in Westview. I don't give a fuck.
I don't care
about
about none of that.
You see what the fuck's going on around here?
This I need your help with.
I need you.
When he said I need your help, I said shit about to go down.
we got more. Is it Mordo coming back?
Mm-hmm.
Black dude. That wig is still horrible as fuck though.
It's like
But we got
I
him.
felt like it should have
We
been
got him
better.
coming back. I really thought at least just cut it off or something. They really brought that black ass wig back. We got old boy from the fucking Marvel game, the fucking octopus with the eye.
Oh, yeah.
That nigga was in there. Like nigga, they really brought that nigga in the game. From the game into the movie. Like that nigga's in the movie.
So
And he looked good too. Like,
I'm gonna
he
leave
did
this
look
disclaimer
good.
here. Spider-Man: No Way Home, my favorite movie ever. I do think Doctor Strange 2 is gonna be better, but because Spider-Man holds the spot in my heart, I'm not gonna rank it as high. But
Fair enough.
Doctor Strange 2 is about to fuck. Cause I don't care what nobody say. We getting X-Men.
Oh yeah. Facts.
I don't know which
The
ones.
biggest- Did you notice? Okay, so nerd, you know Wanda uses chaos magic. Did you peep? Doctor Strange was using chaos magic. And then we got KillJoy. Did we not say we was gonna see a certain what if Doctor Strange nigga had the little goatee.
Yeah, they had the goatee.
Nigga was
When he popped up, I was like,
Had to
oh
get rid of
shit.
him.
What if?
Yep. And then
Yeah, motherfuckers ain't slick.
We got Miss Captain America, the old girl with the jean jacket that had the star on the back, America Chavez.
Bruh.
So we got that's She's part of that Young Avengers group, which is Spidey, Miss Marvel, Nova, Kid Nova. We got the Miss Marvel TV show coming. I think we see Spidey make a appearance in that Miss Marvel movie or TV show. I think she'll pop up in that, or he'll pop up in that.
I think
Again,
in somewhere
they
in
play the
this
long game so well.
multiverse, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man is gonna pop back up. I don't think in a major role, but I think because I can't see them bringing Toby back. I do think Andrew's gonna pop up somewhere within these next couple movies.
Okay, so I was gonna actually say something about that, but I don't want to sound stupid because I don't be knowing what the fuck y'all talk about half the time. But I feel like it would be interesting if that kind of what you were saying, if they brought Garfield back to kind of like mitigate when he goes dark, when Tom goes dark. You know what I mean?
Because
So like they bring him back to kind of be like, bro, like like
I've
trying
been
to
here
bring him back.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
'Cause, you know,
that's what
he-
I was kind of.
He stopped holding his
technically-
punches.
The bigger, like not issue, but the thing about it is that Toby's dealt with a Venom. Andrew's never dealt with a Venom in his universe. Toby's technically dealt with a Venom, so he would be the better choice to bring back to deal with
I don't fucking.
if
I
Tom
don't want
goes
Toby.
dark with Venom.
Well,
Fuck
I
Toby.
only say that because of the fanfare right now. A lot of people saying they want another one, and then it's like,
Yeah.
all right, we'll give you this instead. But like, obviously, I don't know how the shit work necessarily, especially not
But
reading
again-
the comics and shit. But I feel like they've been changing up shit enough to where that shit could actually happen.
Because
Because
the bigger issue is we're dealing with timelines where them shits is getting broken every fucking day.
Well, because I feel like they have to, because
Yeah.
you can't. If a real comic book fan goes, they're gonna know exactly what happens. So you have to shake shit up,
Yeah.
right?
and for me,
But it's-
we don't know what happened with Andrew Spider-Man after the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Because, you know,
True.
he got to the point where he was like, yeah, I stopped holding my punches. Like, I stopped
He did
holding
say
back.
that. Yeah.
So there's a timeline that we don't know about where Andrew Garfield was fucking shit up.
Yeah. That scene right there though, when she was like, but they like she was like, me and Ned may not know what you're going through, but they do. And they gave their stories about Uncle Ben and how they snapped and went crazy, and they never had their second chance. And this was their second, again, the theme, second chances. This is their second chance to do right by some of the things to do right by what Uncle Ben told them. With
I'm
great
just
power
happy-
comes great
I'm
responsibility.
just happy Tom got a second chance to whoop Green Goblin ass because he got his ass kicked the first time, but
payback.
woo,
Yeah,
he got some payback.
But because the first time that nigga's sensors went off, and that nigga said, "Oh, glad to see your sensors still work. Catch these hands."
Yeah.
I just want to go back and watch that fight scene again. That shit was cool.
I want to watch the whole movie again.
I'm more than likely
Oh,
gonna go back to watch that movie,
Gotcha.
and then when it hits Disney
Really,
Plus,
I
I'm
just wanna
watching
see
it.
the trailer again, because Jesus, that trailer was amazing.
It was.
Oh,
They gave us so much without giving us so much.
right. And again, Marvel plays the long game. So if people are gonna be like, "Oh, it didn't have this. It should have had this." Who's to say Marvel's not gonna do it? It just may not be where you want it to be at.
Because
It could be in another movie. It could be in a show. That's why all this stuff is connected.
I'm gonna be 100% real. I left Spider-Man. I was confused at my emotions, and I told Tway, I was like, "It's weird. It's a weird feeling because we got what we wanted for the first time, like completely. We got what we said we wanted. Toby, Andrew, we got that shit, and it was fucking amazing. So for me, it felt weird getting what we wanted, but it still being great. They're gonna give you what you want. It just might not be
Yeah.
how you see it coming.
Yeah. What up,
Who did-
Jaxie? I read chat. Appreciate you being in here. We obviously talking Spider-Man No Way Home spoilers. So that's what we in here for. But yes, I do read chat. But go ahead, nerd. What was you about to say?
Who did Miles fight in the game? I went through the whole game, beat it, and I can't remember. Did he fight? He fought Green Goblin, right?
No, in his video game,
Yeah.
I thought it was some girl, like his best friend, and she had like turned.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. Okay, I'm trying
Like
to
his
figure
was it
one
out.
of his
Harley?
one of the big ones was
No, it was
he fought Rhino. He
it's like his
remember, he did
bestie.
fight.
I don't remember her name.
He did fight Rhino.
He
But it
fought
was like
familiar.
yeah, but the big bad was his friend.
Yeah, that
I know
okay.
that was like the last boss fight.
I forgot why I was trying to figure this out, so I'm sorry. But I
No,
like
you
Yeah,
good.
it was running in your
trying to
head.
link that shit. Yeah, damn it. Oh well.
It's a lot.
Obviously, as y'all can see, I'm more into the Miles Morales. Like, I still do fuck with Spider-Man heavy, but like, once
Well, I
I
mean,
saw Miles,
we know
like,
we're getting
I'm ready for that
another.
shit.
We know we're getting another Into the Spider
Oh
Verse. So
no, what I was gonna say, yeah, my bad. What I was gonna say is, do y'all think, especially with Jamie making that comment, do you think he could come back and be in that movie?
They had
who,
to
Jamie?
they had to find a way to make that work. I mean, they can make that work, but does Jamie can still be a villain when he goes back? Because he took his powers from him, and Jamie
Yeah,
Like,
never
remember
he can, you
got.
know,
everybody.
he don't necessarily have to be a villain. He can fucking work at the comic book store for all I, like
Oh,
I'm
you mean
saying,
just
like
like a
he could have a
cameo
cameo
appearance?
and be like, man,
Yeah,
I knew this nigga was black, like
Oh,
something, like you
I
know
can,
how they
I
be.
can see something like that. Yeah, I can see
Yeah,
something like.
because I feel like Jamie
Because
earned that
remember,
because he was fucking amazing in this movie. I want to give him props.
yeah,
he's a bro. He's too him, but having him and Gambino, the master of all trades, like in the same movie, like that would be.
but can we talk about when Jamie was using his powers and they gave us the mask though, without giving us the mask, like the actual electro joint? Like,
Hmm.
come on, bro, that was fire. And he used the arc reactor too.
Like they did Electro right by this movie because I ain't gonna hold you. I hated him.
That blue version was
I fucking
it
hated
was
it.
whack,
It was
but the fact
terrible.
that I just it was like
It
you
was
can't
terrible, and
even.
I felt bad for Jamie because I'm like, my younger me hated Jamie because I'm like, why the fuck would you play this terrible ass character? And Marvel was like, no, we're gonna fix that. And he
Bruh, they
was
fixed a
he
lot of
was
stuff.
absolute. They fixed the shit, dog.
Cause even Sandman was still dope. He did his thing. Uh,
Like
yo, Lizard, the Lizard was bruh.
I felt like
That
although
nigga
he
knew.
didn't
He
get
just knew it was about to go all bad. He was like, "Oh, there it is."
he didn't get enough screen time, but they obviously
He
couldn't.
didn't.
They couldn't give everybody the screen time we wanted to give them. It was too
Yeah.
much going on.
But I feel like they gave us who we wanted. Like
Yep.
we wanted Jamie, and we wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Doc
feel like
Ock,
we
Doc
got.
Ock was perfect. Like Doc Ock was the perfect amount of screen time,
Hmm.
and then obviously William Defoe.
Bravo.
William
Because one,
Defoe.
you
Like,
did your
I'm a
own
William Defoe
stunts, my
fan.
guy?
Nigga.
Sir, do you know how old you are?
One of my favorite movies ever is Boondock Saints and Boondock Saints 2 and William Defoe's in both of those. If you ever get a chance, just watch those. That nigga be acting. But he killed this role as Green. Like when he first came and he was like, when he shattered the mask, I was like, oh shit, he's gonna get rid of the nigga. He trying to get help. And that nigga's face turned in the apartment.
I was like,
Bruh.
oh,
Chef's kiss. And then he was talking that heavy shit like, I may have killed her, but she was only here
Bro,
because of you. I
he
was
really
like,
was. I was like, bro, you got to chill the fuck out.
like,
Stop with chill.
like
I would have
that's
killed
what
you.
that. It was that moment where I was like, Tom, it's okay. Kill this nigga. We're okay with it. We know you don't do it. He gotta die
he
right
dropped mad.
now.
Now, I'm a KillJoy gonna hate me for saying this. This is the only thing I will ever, other than them having the greatest villain ever. But this the only thing I'm gonna give DC.
Joker.
They do that shit right when they do dark timelines and shit. Like they do that shit right. They either like extreme, but they realistic with it. Like they do that shit right. And I was just hoping, like Marvel, please, like. But I feel like it's Spider-Man. You can't do that with him necessarily. It would have to be somebody else. But like I
So
wanted it so
it's
bad.
funny you say that because obviously I posted a picture of me and Toya before we went to see the movie, and I think in the post I was like before watching the greatest movie ever. My dad was like, greatest movie ever, and I was like, yeah, greatest movie ever, and I was like, but if you don't want to say that, the greatest superhero movie ever, and he's like, let me think about that, and I said the only movie that's on that same level, and this is weird coming from me, is Dark Knight.
Yeah.
I never thought I would hear that,
Yeah.
but you're right. You're right.
That
Because
is
that movie
this
brought
is
so many fucking people, like, had no idea what Batman was even about. And it was like, this movie was still fucking
I'm sorry, like, rest
bomb.
in peace, but he had no reason to play Joker that well.
that, bruh. Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger had
body.
no reason.
Heath Ledger, Green Goblin are like
Bruh, and
right there. Like
during watching No Way Home, I
Yo.
was like, I'm getting Heath Ledger vibes from this performance. Like, you embodied that shit and was like, no, I am who my character is.
bro, like I said, when he dropped the bars of I may have killed her, but she was here only because of you, like he has to live with that. Like those
those words are gonna be there forever.
There was no cap. There was no cap in his rap. Like he was like, yeah, nigga, I threw the bomb, but nigga, she was here because of you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, that.
I did not agree with a lot of the shit Tom Holland did in the movie. Like, I just wanted, like, bro, just do this because you know you're gonna fuck something up. Just stop trying to be fucking nice and just fucking send these motherfuckers back. And he just kept just.
But he
I was
had,
getting so
he had
irritated,
Aunt May.
bro.
He had Aunt May sitting on that shoulder.
I ain't gonna lie.
Sitting
At
on
that
that
point, I
shoulder.
was like, bro, fuck Aunt May right now. Like,
Bro, even when she was dying, she was like, we still have to be able to see the good. Bitch, you dying.
You want to see the good in the nigga that just killed you?
You telling me to see the goodness, nigga? I got blood. Bitch, I got power bombed through 6 floors of steel concrete.
Did you see that or no?
Now I got 15 niggas out here with AK-47s pointed at me with the red beams.
Bro.
And you want me to be nice to this nigga?
bro, I wish that would have happened. Like, I wish they would have just turned and been like,
And remember, he caught
May,
a slug.
what are
He
you
caught a
talking
slug to the
about?
shoulder.
Bro,
He caught a slug to the shoulder.
I ain't getting shot for nobody. I mean, granted, maybe my kid and my mom, but like, Aunt May, come on, girl.
Well, that's technically his mom.
Really? I know, that's what I was
Yeah.
saying. But
But
like,
yeah,
come
but
on.
yeah.
Come
Like,
on, girl.
bitch, I need you to concentrate on breathing right now. Not telling
You
me
focus
a whole
on that,
bunch
all
of
right?
shit.
You're wasting breath with some bullshit.
But bruh, here, watch Tom Holland's facial acting. Bro, like when he was breaking down, nigga, I was breaking down. I was like, nigga, don't you do this now.
I would say him and Andrew face acting throughout the movie, spot on.
Nah, Andrew came back and was like, y'all think I'm number 3? I'm about to outact every fucking
I hate the fact that he had to just suck it up and agree with being Spider-Man 3. Cause you know he wanted to argue that shit.
Oh yeah. But again, that was the ode to, like you said, that's the writers and Disney people, and well, I'll say Marvel people, watching the timeline, because timeline always says that, and they're like, oh, okay, and again, we all know what the real order is. Let's be real. Toby gets people's nostalgia vote because it was one of the first. It was one of the first superhero movies on screen. It was Spider-Man. Everybody loves Spidey. We've watched Spidey on cartoon for so long and animated versions. Then we get a live action version because again, 3 was trash, guys. I'm sorry.
As much as I don't want to say that,
it was trash.
2 was the best one. 3 was absolute garbage.
Yeah.
So do y'all think No Way Home is the best one?
Best one, yes.
Oh,
No Way Home is
by a long
favorite.
shot.
Low key liked what was it, Far From Home? Because of the story writing in it, with Mysterio everybody coming back from the blip, Mysterio with the whole
I
flip
liked
of all
it,
that.
but I didn't like it.
I'm with you.
I felt like without the ending of that movie, that whole movie was a filler. They were just giving us something.
Because it was... I agree.
Well, they said for the way it was supposed to go wasn't that way, but something happened made them have to pivot the story where they were gonna do how they were doing it, because they were supposed to go, I guess, Madam Spider or something. Remember, I don't know if you guys remember her from the cartoon, but she was the one that was in the wheelchair on the spider web.
So yep, I don't know if you. So I'm happy you brought that up because I saw a TikTok video where they slowed down the shadows in the sky. She was in the sky. She was one of them.
That's what I thought. I thought I peeped that too.
So I was like,
we may still
where the fuck
end
are
up
we
getting some of
going?
that storyline. because again, Marvel may not give us a whole storyline of something, but they'll give it like just like I'll go to Thor Ragnarok. No, it wasn't World War Hulk, but it was World War Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you know
If you know the
World War
comics, you
Hulk,
knew what they were doing.
that was World War Hulk that we saw in that particular movie. So again, man, it's Marvel plays the long game. They did this. To me, this is Iron Man was the starting point for everything that led up to Endgame. This is the starting point for everything that's going to lead up to whatever happens with Kang, because that shit finna go haywire.
And I never thought Marvel could outdo themselves with like Infinity War. Before Spider-Man, Infinity War was my favorite Marvel movie. Endgame was cool and all, but Infinity War was like, that shit was different. I didn't think they could get to that level again, and they're like, we ain't even touched the ceiling yet.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie, it's been a while other than that Avengers movie to where like you heard people in the crowd like, oh my fucking, like physically heard people and like,
yeah,
like applause, like all that. Like,
yeah,
we watch Marvel movies and they be good and you might hear banter every now and then, but you ain't hear no applause and like people like, oh my God, like that was these two movies. Like I feel like it's reserved for them.
And both of them were from, Infinity Wars was from Snap on. It was just like, y'all really this is what y'all doing?
Yeah, like, for real?
No Way Home was 5 minutes in. Yo, Daredevil, my nigga? What?
I think
like that was 5 minutes
Marvel
in.
was like, y'all want it? Here. 5 minutes in, let me drop this in there. And
but we knew, I didn't know how they were going to do it.
I didn't think it was going to be fucking 5 minutes.
Being his lawyer. I didn't think it was going to be that quick. Because I knew he obviously was going to play a lawyer for somebody. And it made sense that it was going to be obviously Tom. Because in the trailers, we know he was a wanted man. And he was all this, that, and the third. But again, to be that soon. And it was just like, yeah, this is just his lawyer.
And it wasn't overkill. It wasn't, oh, this is anybody special. We're going to show you a quick scene where he catch a brick. But that's just his lawyer.
We all know what it is. Yeah. We all know what it is.
There was one lady in the theater that was like sitting a little bit further down. She like turned to her boyfriend or husband or whoever. She was like, I don't get it. Who is that? And he was like, we'll talk later. And I'm like, that's cool for people like that because she had no clue. Yeah. So now she gonna go watch the fucking Netflix shit and be fucking mind blown. Yeah.
All right. I just want to say one more thing. Fuck Hannibal Buress, bro. I cannot stand that motherfucker, bro. Why is he in this?
He was hilarious, though.
Bro, he is not fucking funny. And then he was like, bro, this is Spider-Man. Man, he did it. He's so bad. Shut your bitch ass up. I cannot stand him,
He was like, yeah, some of the students got together and he was in the background. Nah, nigga, you did that. You made this. He was like, nah, Jay Jonah's right. He is a menace. That shit was funny, bro. In the back, him being in the background while they're trying to talk to him was hilarious. That shit was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to that movie, man. Definitely ready for Doc Strange 2, but we know we got something in between that?
Do we?
Cause I know that got pushed back.
I don't think we do.
I don't think so.
The Marvels, I don't think that comes out before Doctor Strange 2.
What, Miss Marvel? Nah, I think that's summer. Ooh. We got Moon Knight. I think we get Moon Knight, I guess.
Oh, okay. I'll take it.
But again, that's gonna be like, it's one of those things that's gonna be an offshoot. It's not necessarily gonna be wrapped up in this.
Shout out to this Amazon delivery driver that just threw something on my porch. I am watching him currently, right here. I know I saw something in my front yard. I'm like, who the fuck is at my house? Sorry. Threw me off.
Nah, you good.
Man, we too broke. We ain't got cameras in the house. God.
Hey, chill out. The cameras was only $80 a pop. And it's not
Doc Strange in May.
May of 2021 too?
22. We get almost back to back. So we get Doc Strange in May. We get Love and Thunder. That's the next Thor. In July. Um, Black Panther was supposed to get next November,
Bro.
They better off recasting her and
and
recasting
then we
T'Challa.
get
But we're not gonna go there.
yeah, we get the Marvels, which is the next. That's the next Captain Marvel movie.
Yeah. It's
We
gonna
don't
have
get that till 2023.
It's gonna have Monica, Captain Marvel, and Hispanic girl, right? Miss Marvel.
Indian.
Oh, is she Indian? I'm sorry, Indian chick.
I think her
Yeah.
last name is Kamala.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the surprise in that one will be I think we see Spider-Man pop up in that
Which
because they're a
one?
part in Miss Marvel because that's part of the Young Avengers, which would give us the next Avengers correlate. Cause remember, the Avengers as we know it is done. I mean,
It's
Iron Man's
done.
dead. That nigga dead. So
Man,
so
fuck
you're
that
gonna
nigga.
have a new grouping of Avengers come together.
Nigga died a hero, but was a piece of shit. I said it.
Man, love you 3,000. That's all I got, man. Shout out to. But nah, the Marvel again. If I could buy a credit card that just goes, here's $100 for the year, I just get to show up to everything. I'm in there. I would do it in a heartbeat because they
I'm
even if you
definitely.
don't like something because it's almost like whatever comes next if you don't like it. People hated Thor 2. But in the grand scheme of things, you needed Thor 2.
Mm-hmm.
People may, like you said, far from home, you may not have liked it, but in
But it
the
was
grand scheme
necessary.
of everything, we needed that filler. Yes, it may have been a consider. You could, I see where you come from saying it's a filler movie, but in the grand scheme of things, you needed that movie.
Because that movie set up for this whole phase.
Yep.
Because it started with this small problem, but this small problem caused the bigger problem. That's going to cause the even bigger problem. And
Yep. It's
she's
these
just going to go
little
from there.
pillars. It's the little pillars that they go out and put in the ground, and you're like, that ain't gonna hold nothing. And then you come back 5 years later, you're like, oh, that shit's holding up a lot of stuff. We built a lot on top of that. So I feel like that's exactly what Marvel did here with No Way Home. Again, this is to me, this is almost like if somebody's like, oh, I don't feel like watching them 22 movies. What's the next thing? This is where you start out for the next phase. You start right here at No Way Home, and shout out to everybody getting their redemptions, second chances. If you got a loved one out there and you still love her, give her a second chance, just like Spider-Man did for all the people.
Don't do that shit. Don't listen to him. Bro, fuck that bitch.
And obviously, if
Not specifically, just
this video pops up on your YouTube page, hopefully you read the captions, you saved the video and watched the movie first. Then you can come back and in the comments, you can talk with us. We can have civil conversations. As long as you don't say Toby's the best, I'll be civil. You say he's number
you
one,
tell me that shit.
I don't think I'm gonna be too civil.
I will come back and make a mini video cussing you out and explaining why Toby isn't the best.
You can try to describe. You can try to explain why he's number two. You still wrong, but I'll let you have that. But number one,
Because
solidified.
if we're being honest, he's really number 4 because Miles from Into the Spider-Verse is...
he's
Come
number
on.
one, so I love Tom, but he number one.
He would be.
Miles
I need
would be
more. He'd be number three.
Miles
for
would be
me.
my 3.
He'd be
I
my
don't
3.
care. I'm talking about me. I said what I said.
Fair
Understand.
enough. Hey, that's why we...
Fair enough.
I mean,
That's
I
what we
appreciate y'all and I respect y'all because y'all know a lot more than me. But I say what I say.
Understood.
You have every right to your opinion, sir. I mean, even if it's wrong, it's okay. You still have the right to your opinion.
Bro, you just said the wrong thing too. You just said second chances, huh, boy? We don't do that around here. Okay.
Fair
Anyway.
enough. But
But,
yes, we appreciate y'all stopping through, watching this one with us. We're going to be right back with another episode. We'll be back in like 5 to 10 minutes, man. Appreciate y'all. Peace.